Hi folks, I hope you're keeping well, and I thought I would do a little roundup video with just some general bits of information and news and updates. So yes, we are kind of preparing for a workshop on the 7th of June, which will be in Glasgow. So that's an in-person workshop, an introduction to 5 elements of voice work. So that workshop and that format, it's something that I've delivered many times before. So the resources in terms of the content and the kind of principles are the same in that respect, but there is some additional framing and a more enriched perspective on the methodology, because time has passed and there has been a deepening and an enrichment there from a research point of view. So that is obviously feeding into the way that I'm talking about this approach, and yes, that also translates into some of the takeaway resources that I will be sharing to accompany what I'm teaching. But yeah, that is a really good way to dip your toes into the methodology that we use and to get a sense of how that can apply to your own practice. And the kind of entry point for that is that it is accessible. If you have no experience or background in music or any form of creative practice, or you haven't done any body work or movement based stuff, that's okay. This will meet the needs of the group on the day, but I'm also saying that it is equally accessible and of interest for those of you who are already engaged with a creative practice, or perhaps working with voice in that discipline already in some format. You are also very welcome to the space. There will not be a kind of stratification in terms of hierarchy or anything like that. If we're all starting from the same position of coming into a learning space together as a group of people, and diverse energies. It's about what you bring on the day, equally what I bring on the day as a practitioner, and everything that we will be going through is step by step, and it's about your decision to engage with that in the way that feels most appropriate to where you are, in terms of your relationship with voice and what feels comfortable to explore. So yeah, it's really open and available for you regardless of how experienced you might feel you are with voice. So the emphasis will be collaboration and play. There will be some theoretical framing of the methodology of 5 elements of voice work. We're really getting into personal safety and boundaries, physical and vocal warm-ups, and sensitive listening skills, as well as improvisation techniques. So we're kind of covering a broad range of tools, but the idea is that it is a journey, 3 hours of contact time. So it's a really good way to jump in and see if this work is for you, if it resonates with you, and of course if you feel like you want to go further, or you feel inspired to see what is next and what lies beyond this introductory framing, then there are opportunities to work with me on a one-to-one basis, and we do have some courses and self-study learning resources that will be coming later on. So yes, keep tuned to all of our channels online, and you'll be able to find that information. The landing page on the website has this, and then the booking page for that event is lisemitchellnoble.com, and then it's / an introduction to 5 elements of Voicework workshop. It's quite a mouthful, but I will put the hyperlink in so you can follow that and learn a bit more if you would like to find out. And what else? Our newsletter is now going out on a monthly basis. So yes, this is a good way for you to stay engaged, and also giving you kind of an insight into themes, topics, explorations of voice, particularly through the lens of which I am traversing on a month-to-month basis. There are different things that come up for me, and I do tend to expand on those and use those as themes to meet the kind of topic of the monthly newsletters. So yeah, that is another way to enrich your own personal reflective practice as well. There's usually prompts in there which can be supportive to your journaling, for example. Just getting the creative juices flowing, and talking about voice and thinking about voice and framing it in different ways, which I hope will be of interest and inspiration to you. And what else is going on? Gearing up to do some kind of presentation work in the summer, so there's more news to follow on that, because I'm finalising details there before I can share any more. But yes, expect to hear news around that in the coming 4 to 6 weeks. What else? That feels like enough for now. But yeah, as I say, everything is changing all the time in the digital space, and trying to keep up with that, and also tighten the messaging with that. And that's a process for me, learning how to do all of this in a way that feels accessible to me. It's not always comfortable, so I can't say comfortable. But yeah, I am learning and growing as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, in terms of how I'm sharing my work, sharing a little bit about myself and who I am, and how I have come to this work. So yes, if you want to learn more about that, and you're curious about my own vocal journey and how that's going, what's happening there, you will find a section on the YouTube channel, and there is a playlist there called My Vocal Journey. So I did a recent video a few days ago, which is up there. So if you are curious about that, then head over there. But I'll leave it there, folks, and wishing you a gentle transition into the next cycle, whatever that means for you and whatever that looks like. And yeah, reach out to me with any questions or curiosities about voice that you think I might be able to support you with. Take care.